Start with Nog.
We're going to drink the Nog underneath the inaugurator.
Quiet on set.
Quiet on set?
This is where the Star Wars music comes in.
Do we have
No?
Keep singing.
You can't hear this anyway.
That's what you think.
You can hear it. Let's get into it.
And go.
Hey,
You should let them know at least what the name of the show is.
oh, we're on Star Wars.
Boy.
Nope. That's not it.
It's
either.
called.
Oh, I forgot.
Star Wars Behind the Counter. With Nog.
This is totally getting used.
Oh, you know you love it. Anyway, my name's Dove. I'm from DKE Toys, and we're here on Toy Geeks Behind the Counter.
You're not even going to mention the elephant in the room, huh?
No, you're supposed to introduce yourself first.
Oh, I'm Jack. Hi.
I'm Chris, Janky Toys. Hello.
I'm George.
I'm George.
I'm going back behind the elephant's leg.
Well, before we get to the elephant, guys, I brought some holiday Nog.
Nog!
It is a coconut milk holiday Nog.
Sounds
So I'm going to
disgusting.
pour this. I'm going to pour this little cup for each of us, so we can taste this unnamed brand because they didn't pay for it. I did.
Have you had it before?
No, this is a brand new thing.
Oh, the
It's
smell hits you immediately when you pour it.
We're like
limited edition.
we're your guinea
Sound
pigs.
encouraging.
But let's talk about this elephant in the room that we have here in front of us.
Well, if you remember last year at DCon, Warren Harfield, aka Wazzy Toys from the UK, made that gold-plated, gold-leafed pooping AT-AT. Do you remember that?
How could we forget?
Well, we sold that at DCon. And so this year, he decided to make us another thing.
So this is our DCon episode. This is our
Yes.
DKE Toys DCon episode. I
If
should
you
say,
didn't
actually.
guess that already. I mean, if
anytime
you're
this
still
Dove is
watching
here.
and you don't know, you already know. If you're still watching, you already know.
Kevin?
Because if you don't want that, you've already turned it off.
Don't turn it off, because it's going to be awesome.
We promise.
Anyway, so he made this, he has endowed us with this one-of-a-kind,
Can you please describe it?
it's like
Can I
this.
describe it?
Yes.
Okay, George. Uh-oh.
It's all of your play sets when you were a kid with some skeleton legs from Target janked in together into one crazy, kind of cool sculpture.
Oh, kind of cool.
Whoa, George likes it.
I think this thing's pretty awesome. actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
If I understand it correctly, what is it called? It's called Slave Surreal, and I believe it's a Salvador Dali inspired piece. You can see the Dagobah little playset on the top melting, and definitely the face with the ears. That's very Salvador Dali.
And the legs.
The legs.
I
It's all-
100% see, like, on a Cribs episode with some ex-Disney Channel star, like, in the foyer, this is the piece when you walk into the house. I think it's pretty rad.
You haven't had any of your holiday
This
Nog.
Nog's actually really good. I've
Cannonballed it.
I know. I saw you just
I already
down it.
shotgunned mine like it's
Wow,
cheers, have some Nog.
To the
everybody.
elephant.
that's special.
You don't have to drink it if you don't like it.
It smells like pancake mix.
Oh, it's not bad.
Okay, guys, let's off this thing. If you could each grab a leg.
Okay.
So it's one-of-a-kind piece. It's $1,200,
It's actually not
including sales tax.
I don't hate it.
About that.
I don't know. It's kind of...
I don't really drink eggnog. Is this what eggnog tastes like?
Not at all.
Okay.
But it's a good alternative to eggnog. It's not eggnog. It is holiday Nog.
That's right. For you at home, get some Nog, and every time Dove swears, take a shot.
Or anytime we say Nog.
Dude,
Take a
I
shot.
was not the culprit on that last episode. It was Ben.
Ben started it.
Ben
started
cursed,
what?
Ben cursed more on that last episode. Anyway, all right, we're moving on. So if you're
If anyone wants to
still
refill,
watching
let me know.
this, it's because DCon's coming up, and we have so many exclusives for DCon. DCon is like, as the progression goes from San Diego to New York to DCon, because we have more space,
Seconds.
because it costs us less to do the show, we get...
Oh my god.
we get more and more experimental. And
Like
He
this
thought
show.
Very much like this episode
professional
of Quirky.
show. You now know better.
so,
Hey, Dove, hold on. Before you
Yes.
bring out all those,
yes.
because mine's going to get lost in this mix,
Oh,
I've got a little guy that I'm going to bring out at DCon.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be just a resin. I haven't made anything more with it yet.
What's it called?
He is the root of some
really
evil.
neat.
That's amazing.
He's not cleaned up yet right there. That's still got some sprues on it and stuff. But
Ooh.
it'll be carded. I think they're $60. I can't remember what I sold it for at Clutter.
Dude,
I
that's
hold
awesome.
this far. Can they see it?
It debuted at Clutter at their Monsters and Something show that came out in October.
very cool.
Oh, okay.
But I just put the first prototype in that show, and now I'm making a run of 10
Did
of
you
them.
sell the prototype? Was it?
Yeah, I just sold. Yeah,
Okay.
it sold.
That's cool, man.
That's awesome.
That first one I sold was the very first pull from the mold, and packaged it up and sent it over to them. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this yet, but I'm making 10 more just to see if I want to keep going with it.
Will it fit in a blister?
It fits in the blister. It's made to fit in the small blister.
You gonna card it?
I am.
Nice.
It
What's
will
your
be
booth
fun.
number so people can come buy it from you?
No idea.
Look up George's booth
Look it
number.
up on the thing. I mean,
His booth
Double G
number.
Toys.
It doesn't matter.
But when is that going to be? That is going to be at DesignerCon, which is November 22nd through 24th.
Yep.
And
All right. Get into
DK,
DKE.
and DKE is going to be at booth 2922.
I'm right near them, so just find them and buy their stuff and then come over. to
Hey.
Oh, should we pass them down? How do we do this? I forgot.
but we
yeah,
can't
some
even
down.
see them.
Don't
All right.
spill nog on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I downed my nog. That's dirty.
These are
Okay,
cool.
so if you remember, for those
Wow.
of you guys who watched the San Diego episode, Jason Chalker, aka Manly Art, did this series called KB-tronic, where he took those buff Power of the Force Star Wars figures and painted these blacklight inspired poster
Kirby-esque.
Kirby-esque drawings. And for DCon, I didn't want to do Star Wars again. We're trying to think, like, what could we do? And Super 7 has these great Planet of the Apes figures.
Oh, that's what these are.
So, you didn't know that was Planet of the Apes?
No, I didn't know they were Super 7.
I didn't know what this thing was. I never saw that thing in my life.
That's the dude who prays to the bomb, you know,
No idea.
beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I'm not a big Planet of the Apes guy.
Oh, man.
I like the Mark Wahlberg one.
Coming up next from Manly Toys. All Mark Wahlberg figures.
So
idea. Cool.
they're $135 each. There'll be 24 different. We're going to actually bring grid wall to the show this year, so we'll have 20 feet of grid wall behind us, and all of these will be hanging.
What's the medium that he uses? Like, what does he paint with?
It looks like markers.
Is it? It's really cool.
He's just really good at blending his colors, and
Yeah.
yeah, those are.
Who doesn't want
Awesome.
Space Monkey?
Seriously.
Come on, like that thing rules. I don't know about like
So how many
Melty
different
Face
ones are
guy,
there?
but
What? 24.
24. Wow.
And they'll all be on display. They'll look really
and they're
nice
how much?
together. 135.
Oh, nice.
All our prices include tax because we don't count pennies at the show this year.
So if someone wants to buy all 25 because it's going to look really good together, can they do that?
You should contact Jason yourself and send him a box of 25 figures. And if he's got time,
Should we get some things down here to hang?
Yeah.
Display.
Let's put Zayas up.
Which one's that one?
I'm scared of knocking over some nog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janky.
Do not
You
nog.
need to drink your nog.
All right, I'm on my second.
All right, so this one is the Sugar Industry Lobbyist by Seth Relentless. This is the third in the Defenders of Injustice series, the first being the Child Detention Officer and the Factory Farm Spokesman. I gotta commend him for
Activity sheet on the back.
putting out an edition at New York Comic Con and DCon, which are so close together.
Stuff to do.
And I don't know, his figures are so amazing.
He's very committed to his art. It's cool.
Yeah. Last time I did nothing but talk about Seth, so I'll let other people talk about Seth this time. But
I'm sure
really
you-
nice.
yeah, he's amazing.
You could talk about him too.
He's amazing. Like, these pieces are great.
How much is he paying you?
And
like when it
he's already
looks
come
like
up
the
with
art.
all these other
Yeah.
ideas, so
Yeah.
this line can keep going for a
And
while.
the quality's really good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
mean,
These are a nice card.
It's what I talked about last time. Is this is the thing that excites me right now in toys is when you're taking it in a different direction, taking the figures and making totally new things that are like sort of says something,
Just
but
instead of Star Wars parodies?
yeah, which I like Star Wars parodies too. But this is a totally new sort of thing.
What is this?
I dig
Sugar
that.
industry lobbyist.
Yeah.
It says something. Gotcha.
And then you look at the face on the dude, like handing out it's like the details, handing out the ice cream from the little van.
Yeah, the
I
weird
remember
like.
the first one. What
Is that
was
a
the
boss
second
hog
one?
body? It's like
The
a
first one was
demon head.
Officer
Isn't
Larger
that-
Burger,
that one might
and
be.
the second was the one, the Time for Timer guy.
Yeah.
Time for Timer.
Okay.
The factory farm spokesman dude.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, he
Buy-
has all these activities.
connect the
Buy
dots.
this piece,
Yeah,
friends.
right.
Buy
Yeah.
this piece.
And you know how I know that this line is special? Because I would say at least 75% of the sales go to other artists
Oh, wow.
in the scene. And most of the artists in the scene kind of like hate each other and like, they shit on each other at every, available opportunity. Well, everyone loves this dude and everyone wants to own his shit.
Drink
and
twice.
And they're surprisingly like not threatened by him. I don't know.
It's
You should be.
It's nice, really nice illustration too.
That's really interesting that
Like-
they don't like each other.
Moving on. Oh, like when we all hang out, they're all cordial and nice.
Yeah,
Then
we,
once
then
they
we
get
talk to Dove.
Once
and
they
it's
get
just like,
behind their phone, they're like, screw that guy,
Todd, right?
That was the first one
He
to put
stole
a
my,
on that guy.
red is my color.
This is good. I like this.
So this is Lucre by Mark Todd. We've been doing Mark Todd figures for 4 years now. There's been 3 colorways of each figure. And DCon is always the very last one. The first one's at San Diego, the second one Mark Todd sells, and the third one is for DCon. The difference between this one, it's got puffy paint all over
Yeah,
it.
it's really cool.
The difference about this one is in the past, like the
George
other-
is not amused.
Yeah, don't worry about George.
He knows my mark.
this is my favorite Mark.
Is it
Todd
Mark?
movie.
Like the second and third one would be a gold Darth Vader or Chewbacca with like a clown nose and tube socks. But what's funny about Luke is he actually did the white outfit, and then the second one was the X-wing, and then this is the Black Jedi.
Lucre.
I will be acquiring one of those.
Signed and numbered edition of 30. These are all 3.75 inch scale, unless I say otherwise. They're $55 plus tax.
This is my figure. I have my childhood trauma all over. he got chucked down a chimney, and I lost him forever.
I like him though because the figures kind of match his art style.
Now-
Speaking of matching art style,
Yeah. All right, so Great Showdowns by Scott C.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that it's taken us 3 years to actually have a Star Wars reference.
There hasn't been.
Kudos to me.
Kudos to really.
horn on this one, everybody.
No.
This is this, if you don't count the resculpts.
You're good. Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, George sculpted it. Okay, this is the 8th one in the series. If you don't count like the turtle sculpts. Actually, if you had the first 2 turtles, if you notice, George changed the sculpts, and eventually there'll be 2 more turtles, and they will be all slightly different. But eighth figure so far.
How many more of these are you going to do?
I think our plan is to do 4 a year moving forward. Because people asked, interesting question, because a lot of people asked that by email. They're like, so I just need to know
How much money do I need to put away to fill my Scott
how
C
long
wall?
is this going to go? Because the last one was Misery. And Misery was kind of a risk. And we sold over half of them, and they'll all sell. I'm not worried about it. But there's some people emailed me, excuse me, what's Misery? Right?
Wow.
And I looked it up. It's like the movie's from 1992. I mean, that's like, what's that, 35 years ago?
Yeah.
You're dating us.
So there's some people who don't have any reference point, like if they haven't seen it, and they're like, well, I want to know if it's more modest, they can buy them all, but if it's a lot, they're going to pick and choose.
Right.
So, and I get it. It's a $100 toy, and
It's 2 toys for $100.
it's true. Signed and numbered edition of 50.
What's the official name of the evil flying Imperial bot?
Interrogation droid.
Interrogation droid. All right, so
Sit on this stage and don't know an interrogation droid.
We're never getting through this. We're having way too many comments
All
on
right,
this
so
stuff.
this
I
other
forgot what we're doing here. Get this faster.
This other series here
Faster?
is called Clash Combat by Bad Biz Toys. And they're one of the 10 new artists that we're showing. And they've actually made these out of found objects. They're relatively cheap at $25 each. I think the names on the back are quite funny. This one's called Master Dick.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
This one is Jedi Hippie Poodoo. These will also all be hanging on the back.
So wait, is each one of them different? 'Cause
Yes,
they're
they're
found
all
objects?
yeah, they're all
Okay.
one-offs. What does the
Okay.
hammer one say?
Hammer
Hammer
time.
time.
Yeah, obviously. They're all signed and numbered, like I said, $25.
And they all say, beware the fury of a patient man.
This is
Yeah,
a
they're all
rare,
marked
not
1 of 1,
crossed
and
out.
Ooh, some are embellished, some are
One
not.
they're all embellished on the front.
Oh, in a way.
Well, they
Are different things crossed out on each one?
yeah, because it's all hand done.
Oh, I see. There's different dribble coming out.
They
of
have some
both
flair.
guys.
All right.
Interesting.
Okay.
Not sure about this one.
All right, this one's called
These work.
Frank the Noid by Mr. Blank Toys.
That's cool.
I believe that is a Domino's Noid Donnie Darko
Yes. Darko's Pizza.
mashup. So he was the one who previously released the Jeffrey toys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So will work for toys.
Did he make a custom blister?
It's thick. It looks like a book.
It sure does.
He actually worked with a company that he wanted everyone to know about called Protostorm, who's releasing a desktop vacuum machine.
Protostorm!
And
Sorry.
they collaborated with him to produce them, and actually they made these bubbles for him, and the first wave of machines sold out, but more are coming
So is it a
soon.
custom sculptor?
So he
just
wanted
based
you to
off
know
some of
the name
Noid toy?
Protostorm.
Doesn't answer our backer question about this crazy backer.
Yeah.
I think he uses an adhesive and he wraps it.
It's like a real like book cover.
That,
It
like,
looks- it's
I don't think I've ever seen anybody wrap the edge like
Yeah,
that.
that's
He's
nice.
he's the only one.
Now all the bootleggers gonna steal your idea.
Nah, because
This
it
looks
doesn't
really
look like
good.
an
No,
action
dude,
figure.
that's
That's
his
true.
idea.
That's right.
And if anyone else does it,
They can't do it.
fucking
Put
thieves.
Boba Fett on the Noid. This is cool. I like this piece.
All right, moving along. All right. So Edwin Salas, who made the Boba Wood figure last time. So the Boba Wood figure was a hand-painted card on wood. He hand sculpted each one out of wood, hand-painted them. They ended up being $100. A lot of people wanted it. Most people couldn't afford it. So on a trip to Mexico, he actually bought actual Yoda bootlegs from Mexico,
They're cool.
and then he hand-painted the back. He did three 10-piece editions with have different. What's wrong with you, Ben?
The Yoda has like a keyring head.
He's a paratrooper Yoda.
Ben's just making faces at us.
It's the Nog.
It's a nog. So
Bootleg I am.
so they're all the figures are all orange. Pass it down. There's a couple green ones shoved in there in each edition, maybe 1 or 2 random green ones. They're $40.
So the green ones chases?
Wow, that's a great price.
Yeah, $40 for a hand painted piece.
Chases?
Yeah, there's a green chase.
I like like you sort of see at the shows. You get the original art card backs and then the bootleg toys, and I like that there's sort of more of the original art card backs
Right.
starting to come into circulation.
And it's like wood.
I have shelves of nothing but original art
Yeah.
card backs. Yeah, I've got the
We're running out of...
Deadly Prey one, and that
Space.
one I'll pick up.
You'll be okay.
Okay.
It's okay, Jack.
Are you sure?
UK artist John Norwood, aka For the Love of Old Toys, presents Rocky Balboa. Because
Pretty cool.
he previously made the He-Manly figure for NYCC and the Space Wars and Dragons for San Diego. And this is his.
You thought we were all out of Boba Fett puns.
I will say I've
Hey, it
not
looks
heard
like-
this one yet. So that's
George will like it. It looks like the art. Mostly.
No, I'm not.
No?
Nope.
No?
It is a pun.
it's fun to say.
Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa.
This one.
Balboa.
So when we did the Space Rat series, I was over at Rob Clayton's house, and he had he was signing his Space Rats, and on his shelf, what does he have but a Mark Todd toy?
Hey.
And he looks at it and he's like, "Whoa!" And he has been experimenting with making stuff out of brass and metal,
Wow.
I felt these. They're
and says to
amazing.
me he wants to make action figures out of metal. So he paints these paintings. the figures paintings interlock like that, and I believe the names O3BO and CIP8 are the names of the characters in France, because they thought that C3PO and R2D2 wouldn't translate, so those are the names they came up with. So
Yeah.
it's an edition of 10. You get both carded figures for $200, and this one is brass and that one is hand painted aluminum. And what we did with the card back is we only glued them on the top because when we ship them, we have to ship this separately than this.
Or it'll just rip
Or
right
it'll
off.
just rip it off. And then you lift up the thing and then you just let gravity, you know.
Let gravity rip it off the card back. Maybe you just display it next to yours
Then there's that.
for your own sanity.
Wow.
Those are
Have
great.
you ever sold metal figures before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's
Well, don't get because see, then the one metal figure that we did sell, someone's gonna like email me. It's like I did.
Remember I did this?
That's the problem. Is like I have to get all
It's
this
really
information
heavy.
right because these artists
Pretty cool.
think that it is a huge deal to have their shit on Toy Geeks, and like when I mess it up, then I feel really bad because they're like, "This was my shot, had my toy on Toy Geeks, and you got my name wrong."
and you had George on the episode.
It's like,
And he just said,
yeah.
He
I
hates
like
everything.
So does
Does he like buy bronze trophies and just
melt
how
them
are these
down?
made?
has
Yeah,
to like
this is-
Dremel it down to a shape? Like what is
No,
this?
I believe he sculpted it out of wood,
Okay.
and then
You actually cast this stuff?
you make it in sand.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a lost wax process where you make a wax and you put it in the sand and you pour the stuff in, but like he's got a little smelter.
And he actually made them himself?
Yeah,
Wow. Cool.
sculpted them, cast them, showed up with them, painted, ready to go. All I did was have the cards printed from the original art he sent me.
It's really neat.
All
and they're
right.
$200 for both?
$200 for both, only 10 cents.
Okay.
Only 10 cents.
That's what I heard too. On it. Very
So-
cool.
And I'm keeping one, so.
9 cents, suckers.
All right, so if you've ever seen this painting by Luke Tobias online, it's hopefully you're seeing it right now. If I send it to Victoria, it's Boba Fett. He looks like this kind of hipster millennial. He's got earbuds and he's sitting on a chair and he's got high tops. And anyway, I wanted the painting and I emailed Luke and I was like, "Can I buy this painting?" And it went back and forth. And then finally, a couple years later, he's like, "Okay, I'm ready to sell you the painting." I bought the painting, and then they realize. After I interact with someone, they follow me on Instagram, and then I get
Let's
an
see what
email
you're
a month
doing.
later, and they're like, "I want to make toys too." And so he did these two paintings
Noble
of
Fett.
Noble Fett here, and he sculpted it,
It
and
kind of looks
cast it,
like the art.
and hand painted it himself. All I did for him was get the cards printed.
See, I like that. I like when the artist says, "You know what? I want to do a toy," and then actually does a toy, sculpts it himself, and casts it himself, and paints it himself.
I think it was a little bit kit bashed. I think the head is probably existing, but yeah, he did a really nice
Well,
job.
the last
these
thing we
kit
judge
bash?
here is kit bashing. So
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, yeah, some is
Okay.
kit bash. Like Showdowns is not kit bash.
Right.
The Noid is this? Did he
probably.
I don't know.
I think
Kinda
it
looks like
might
it.
be partially, at least.
Maybe sometimes.
Maybe not.
is
I
there
mean-
a reference I don't understand, or is it just?
It's just a Victorian
Based off
era,
Hipster
you know,
steampunk Boba
noble
Okay.
Fett from the UK. Like, would you say that to Dr. A? Like, if you saw his work?
No, but it's original. What?
Oh man.
How much are these?
Painting words.
They're $80, signed and numbered edition of 25. All right, so Tone Zone Toys, a follow-up to his sold-out NYCC Beavis and Butthead inspired piece, has made Hank Solo.
Oh man.
Again, it's the sticker
It's the sticker.
that makes the whole piece.
The sticker.
Yeah. Only Mike can judge me.
That was the same joke on the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like the second sellout at NYCC, like the Beavis and
Really?
Butthead. Everyone was so pleased with that.
I mean, the sticker.
It's
You
spot
should
on.
sell sticker packs.
Yeah, the sticker's the whole thing. No one's done that yet either.
No.
All right.
All right. So another new artist we're working with. I think we have. Did I say this already? We have 10 new artists out of the bunch
I
here.
don't
Wow.
think you said that.
This is by Lord Sphincter. This
Lord
is
Sphincter?
Yeah.
Sphincter.
Lord Sphincter. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is Quiblor, guardian of the safe space.
I'm not even sure what's going on right now, but that's okay. Quiblor. Yeah.
You can let Janky read the back.
Okay, yes, please. A dramatic reading, please.
The enemy of stoicism, destroyer of misadventure, and defender of all who feel marginalized or bullied. Too short or overweight. Every victim of disagreement can seek refuge in the muscular arms of Quiblor. Your eternal comfort is Quiblor's lifeblood. If you have ever felt pressured to exist and contribute in a less than ideal society, Quiblor has your back, or front, or whichever side makes you feel safe.
Ooh.
I think you read it in the wrong voice. I think it
Did
had
I?
to be a more feeling kind of like,
Quiblor.
yeah, like.
That was the only voice I had on deck.
Oh man.
Sorry. But that's what the characters get, like. That's what the sound he makes when I look at him. I'm Quiblor.
Well,
My
actually,
nipples are ecstatic.
He's got the mask on, so it should be like this. All right, so I'm a huge fan of Gus Fink. Both Sarah and I have a couple of his paintings. We've been distributing his products back in the day. All of his. What's going on there?
Sorry, it was a good.
The
funny
good line
comment.
on the front, but you got to go to DCon read it.
Oh yeah.
Come to DK's booth. Read the top of the Quiblor figure.
It'll be worth it.
You will not be
did I miss
disappointed.
something?
I'm not going to read it in my manly voice because you made fun of it. Okay, let's put him somewhere.
All right. We're going to swap something out?
Yeah.
Sure, keep going. You can
All
do
right.
this, Jack. You can do
Okay.
this.
I don't know.
So this is called Spooky Mick.
pretty
Mick based on Mickey Mouse, not
Gus
like
Fink?
the
Sure it is.
ethnic slur.
Uh-oh, George likes it.
So he sculpted the figure. We had it cast. I sent it back
He
to him.
did.
He hand painted them all.
Has he sculpted other things?
Yeah, he makes a ton of toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got a ton of stuff.
I mean,
Nice.
yeah, he's got blind box toys
Yeah,
and
he's
plush.
pretty cool.
He's been in Hot Topic and all
Oh,
that
alright.
kind of stuff. And it's edition of 30.
Cool.
They're $75. I mean, $75. I always say this is expensive relative in the real world, but for one of his toys that he hand painted, it is such a steal. He sells a signed 8x10 print online for like $50.
Oh, wow. All right.
So having a figure that he painted for $75, pretty dope. So hopefully, because it's called Dark Icons, I hope that he comes up with other icons to do.
Darkly.
Our buddy Anat from a kidding toy from Thailand called May the Warm Be With You. So I don't know if you've noticed, but he previously did a Darth Vader in that big red jacket.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is Yoda.
And it's funny that he's from Thailand, right? Kind of.
Why is that funny?
Because it's really hot there? No? You would never wear a
Look at that,
puffy
people.
jacket
Google
in
this.
Thailand, would
This
you?
is science we're learning today.
Sorry.
I
Pass
don't
that
know.
thing
What
over
are
here,
winters
Jack.
like
Let
in
me look at this
Thailand?
thing.
I think they're pretty hot.
He's the one that did the straight out of Tatooine
That's pretty
figure
good.
at
Yeah.
SDCC that sold out.
I like it.
I mean, this is pretty rad.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at the
I'm
hair.
on board. I'm on board.
Yeah.
with
Look at the
this.
hair.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
awesome. It's like
He's-
Bernie Sanders.
He looks so chill, like in that jacket.
Yeah.
He has a different vibe to him. Like
He's just standing on the street corner waiting for his coffee.
I think that's the same Yoda head, right? That's
Yeah.
just regular Yoda head, but
Yeah.
he looks so chill in this jacket. Like
It just
I'm,
he looks so good in that jacket for some
Yeah,
reason.
it's really good.
yeah.
you should see him at the office with like 30 of them all lined up. Like it's like
There's so much like I don't know. There's so much expression in this, just the way the arms are and everything. Like there's I don't know.
I dig this.
Yeah, this is a good piece.
It's
good
interesting, and this is not a negative comment on this, but it's interesting that Yoda is sort of becoming the new Boba Fett. We're seeing more and more and more Yoda pieces
Interesting.
at every show.
Maybe
yeah.
'cause he's
People
small
came
and
up to
easy
us in New
catch.
York and like, do you have anything Yoda? And I was like, no.
Why do you
Everything
think
sold
that
out.
is?
$20 says we're going to get a Yoda Fett figure on the next.
Yoda Fett.
Yoda Fett is coming.
You're working on that, aren't
No,
you?
I am not, but Yoda Fett is coming.
And that one's edition of 30, $60 each. So this is
Yoda man.
This
that
is
one, I mean, look at
Devlor.
him.
This is
He's
great.
like-
Did he sculpt that?
by Awesome
let's
Figures, aka Dave Abrams, aka DJ Solo, who's a Illinois-based artist.
Huh.
Edition
cool.
of 20, $45. I mean, I think this piece is flawless. Like it looks like it was
Yeah.
made in China.
Wow.
You can't see a brush stroke. It just
Yeah. If you didn't know any better, you'd think
It's-
it's like a
it's-
production toy.
I believe that the body is Skeletor, the Super 7 Skeletor.
Oh, all
If you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. I love the blister. I love everything about it.
Is this their? You say this is their first figure?
No, he's done other stuff.
Okay.
He did a little Phantom Star Killer Keshi for Peter
Cool.
at his show. I know he's done other stuff, and I was like, "Hey, you want to make something?" And
Man,
Is that
that is
blister
super
a standard
clean.
blister?
no,
Okay.
I don't know where he got that. No, it looks like he made it. 'Cause
Vacuum
see
form?
the pattern on the side. The
Yeah.
little, so
Uh-huh.
it looks like a vacuum form machine.
Right.
How much work goes into vacuum forming blisters?
Are we moving on?
I refuse to do it because so much
Moving
work
on.
goes into
All
it.
right,
But
this
it
one
looks
is called
awesome.
Fet Runner by Delicious Again Peter, UK artist Peter Clark. And,
It's neat.
oh shit, I forgot. Do one of you have Snapchat on your phone?
Yeah,
Can you open it? Because this one has some augmented reality, which is,
Oh, is this the
Oh,
first DKE AR?
Just again, Peter. I like that dude.
well, you wait till you see
I met him in
the front of the card of this, like fly out at you.
the UK.
So I have a video of this. Hopefully Victoria's cutting
Let's
it in
see.
right now, and you're watching the figure go, ooh.
What do I do?
Read the directions.
Oh, yeah.
There's a QR code.
Well, we'll have to skip this part on the thing. Where's the?
Skip the part of
Oh,
us
that's
going,
the- you-
babe, what do I do?
How do you scan
I
it?
think you
I'm
go to your-
old.
Your
I
main
don't
page.
Snapchat. What's
Yeah,
that?
seriously.
I don't know how to use
Where's
it.
my cane?
Oh, there we go.
Wait,
Huh?
now. Wait, no.
You know she's gonna
Okay.
use all of that, right? Stop it.
I don't know how to do this, guys.
we got a bunch
man.
of
Come on, where's the
Gen
millennial in here?
Xers bumbling
Don't
their
you
way
have
through
Snapchat?
Snapchat. Okay, wait.
That's not it.
Oh, wait, was that?
Kevin, don't you know how to?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're gonna call Kevin.
Yeah, but I used to have Snapchat.
Nobody uses
But don't you know how to use it?
Yeah. Why?
How do I scan this code?
Oh, wait, is it working?
Press and
Oh, there we go.
Unlock for 48 hours.
Yeah.
What does it do? Find mark.
Everybody should buy this toy.
Delicious again, Peter.
Holy crap!
Are you seeing that?
Yeah, that's
insane.
cool.
Show it to Ben. Can you show it to the camera? Can you guys see that?
That's super cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Your reaction was
Literally
kind of amazing.
Isn't it just
It's like
It's a really nice toy too.
Well, I was gonna, like,
it's like all the old men are going, how do you do this? How do you do this? Whoa!
By the way, all you do is take a picture of it.
Yeah.
It's totally easy. I don't know why. I've never snapped things.
it's like
before.
dubstep. I just don't get it.
The card art is by Phil Freeman, also resin
Figure
action
good
figure
and
artist who
things
goes
good.
by Photonic Figures, who we also have an exclusive from.
They look
Nice.
And then not in a way that I feel is like repetitive and redundant. Like,
Signed and numbered edition at 25, 55 bucks. All right, so
Really nice.
good figure. Well done.
at New York Comic Con, Rika did his Sucklord tribute figure, and Dollar Slice wanted to do one too. And I said only one Sucklord tribute figure allowed per show. So for DCon, we have the super sexy Sucklord. Yeah.
These are the kind of things you just can't unsee. Like,
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Signed and numbered edition at 20, 70 bucks.
I'm gonna make you pick it up.
It's not. This is not. There's nothing about this
nothing
that's all
wrong
that
with
bad.
No, I guess not.
I think it's
Unless you imagine it as Morgan. And
I think it's
kinda like-
fantastic. And it's got his, Dollar Slice has his own thin clamshell blister that very few other artists use.
I dig the card art on this.
Yeah,
This
the
is
card art
great.
is pretty cool.
Last
Last
Boss?
Boss?
Last
Yeah.
Boss Comics?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's awesome? Like when you look at the package, he's not on it.
Oh my god.
Like when he pops
Does
off
he
the
interact?
package,
Does that mess it up if we? Oh, he's flying over second.
like he comes off the image of the card, and he's just the cartoon image that you're looking at on the phone.
Yeah, you have to put the art back there. It's like when you animate anything, you have to add the extra
But it's
information.
to remove that information.
George is
what's
still
usually
looking at
impressive
this
thing.
phone.
Yeah,
as a
that's-
flying
That's
toy.
really hard to do.
That's cool.
It's kind of like, the very first movies were like an elephant just like walking
When the
across
train
the
headed for
screen,
everybody,
and everyone's
thought the
like,
train
oh
was
my
actually
god.
coming.
It's an
Look,
elephant.
everybody loves VR. I think AR is way cooler.
I agree.
Like I like it to
Totally
be in the
agree.
environment with me. That's so rad.
Right, that was, what was the game that you
Dollar
used to
Slice,
play?
I like that figure.
I don't.
Pokemon.
George, not so much.
Pokemon is augmented reality, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Harry Potter.
Until everyone figured out that like Google was like using it to map the indoors of everyone's houses.
Who
and
cares?
they're like, oh,
What are you hiding?
all of my bootleg toys. I want people to know where I keep all my.
All right,
Fett.
this is Cthulhu Lucha by Photonic Figures, who also did the art on the Fett Runner. This was from the artist. The Ancient One often walks amongst man, masquerading as a mighty luchador wrestler. Rising from the depths, he conquers his opponents with his fighting moves of madness. Signed and numbered edition of 20.
Is Cthulhu's going to leak into the bootleg world?
Hasn't he already?
Yeah, he's been
I
starting.
don't feel like there's a
lot
lot
of bootlegs.
There's not a lot of bootleg Cthulhu.
There's a lot of designer toys with Cthulhu.
All right, well, here we go, everyone.
Cthulhu Yoda.
Cthulhu Fett.
Cthulhu.
Called it. We called it.
He has a clear cape.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
Cthulhu.
cool. I like that he's a wrestler.
I mean, how do you have a pun if you don't have Cthulhucha? Cthulhu.
How did I miss that?
Cthulhucha.
Moving right along, this is Death Sticks by Joshua's Toy Box. He's one of our youngest artists. I forgot how old he is now. He's like,
We'll say
he
seven.
just started high school.
We'll say 7, probably.
He's a freshman in high school. He's probably like
No,
15.
you're not 7, Josh.
Wow, I like this. This is cool.
Hand cast and painted, 3.75-inch scale figure, signed and numbered edition of 10, $65, and it's got like the
I want the
Matchsticks.
matchbook. Yeah, the
Yeah.
matchbook.
the matchbook is good,
Wow.
and they had to custom make all of these blisters.
Cigarette.
You can let Janky read the back.
Okay.
I already read it back.
Do the right voice or not at all. Sorry.
Tense? Padawan training getting you down? Relax the Jedi way. Refreshing. Smoke or smoke not. But smoking is better.
Black Spire, your favorite outpost, Death Sticks.
That's good. I like it.
I love that. I love the matchsticks or the matchbook.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Uh-huh. Prince of Darkness
What
by
was that?
Dogman
Aw.
Toys.
He's like, boom.
So his two previous editions were Apu as Vishnu
I remember that.
and Marge as Mary, and now Burns as Lucifer. And it comes with dun, 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 dun,
What?
your very own candle.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, come on now.
Oh man!
Who's the unprofessional guy on his own show?
We were joking about how it really needs to come with like a bag with like chicken bones and all that kind of shit, so you can really light the candles and
Do some voodoo.
do your stuff.
Do that
How much is it?
You do that voodoo.
The other figures were 65. This got raised to 70 because each one comes with the candle. So, signed and numbered edition of 25.
I mean, you should just sell these extra candles too. Like, make a whole
Yeah.
bunch of these and
Yeah.
just sell them.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would sell well.
Super clean on it.
Is this the first toy that's come with an accessory?
No.
No.
No. Really?
I don't know.
You just held a smoking kid that came with a pack of
No,
cigarettes.
I know,
Like,
but
this
this somehow feels different because it's like separate
No,
from the
I did something with a movie
Sketch
poster
made-
once, and
He has made candles for
Sketch
sure.
made
candles
candles. Like,
So-
Not with toys.
So for the in the resin scene, there's kind of like this spectrum. There's the one end.
they're all on the spectrum. You've got that.
on the spectrum.
Right.
There is a spectrum of artists, and on one side, they're the guys who do very little literal interpretations of figures from movies that don't have any spin on it. That's like, here's the dude from Dazed and Confused,
Right.
you know, and then in the middle is kind of where we are. We're using the stuff because we won't carry something like that. We won't carry a very literal interpretation that doesn't have some sort of artist take on it or spin on it, not to sell at a convention. So we generally need a pop culture reference or something, because at a convention that's the right audience for it.
Right.
And then you keep going to the other end of the spectrum are the guys that are making stuff that have nothing pop culture in their work. It's just their own art and their own world. And we sell very little of that because generally it doesn't sell. Not for us at a convention, it sells for them personally better.
Right.
What are you doing, Jack?
There's QR codes.
Oh, wow. So
Jeez, here we go.
You're gonna get a virus on your phone.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I was real quick to just jump on that
It says-
thing and open it up. I was pretty trusting. I met that dude. He's a good dude. I didn't think he'd do anything bad.
So I met artist. He goes by the name Epoch. His name is Jamie Valderrama. I met him at a zine fest, and he
Kind of
had
mesmerized by this.
he had some figures there, and they were just fucking
Are you
awesome.
sure? I can just look at it all day like
He
this.
prints on holograph materials.
Yeah, it's really neat.
His sculpting, his casting,
That's cool.
everything's from his own universe.
So it's not a reference to anything.
Not really.
Okay.
I think
really neat.
The last figure I got from him had some G.I. Joe parts in it, but really was his own creation, and
That's really sort of.
he's really kind
Cool.
of next level.
Yeah,
Yeah. How much is it?
It's $55,
Wow.
edition of 20.
that's really
I
cool.
might have to buy one of those. That's really cool.
What? There's actually a figure that we're showing on the show that Jack wants to buy.
This is the first
Holy!
time you know that, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to go home and like
sticker on the
prove
face?
it.
Yeah, he's got the hologram on the face.
Yeah,
like
it's really
this.
cool.
I dig stuff like this, man.
Yeah.
People do their own thing.
This is like his third or fourth figure, and I'd like you to see the other stuff. It's really good.
What did you say the price was on this?
55 bucks. And I didn't even know it was him because this guy showed up to the robot show and bought a bunch of stuff. And
You maybe said this before, but have you sold his stuff before?
no,
Oh, okay.
The triangle there. It doesn't look like paint. It looks like that's even a applique.
Gem or something.
Something.
Yeah.
See, these are the types of toys that I just sit here and stare at all day and try
They're
to pick apart how they were
how they
done, and I
make
won't.
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
They're
the art's really cool.
mesmerized.
it's
too.
the whole thing is really
Yeah, the
cool.
art's really nice.
You're
I
going
like
up
that
here.
illustration work. After Kevin.
moving on.
Hey, look.
Look, there it is.
Boba Fett toy.
Oh, more Boba Fett's.
Okay, so this is actually Ben's.
Get ready to swear, Ben.
Oh, it is.
This is Ben's Boba McFly from New York. And what happened in New York is it was an edition of 25. And we sold out in the first few hours of the show, and there were a lot of angry people. So I got Topps Toys, Toyerist in Thailand, to make another edition of 50. And all the people who were on the wait list got access to it first. Stop!
Give him some nog.
So we have 25 of them committed, and we're going to have 25 of the second version with the Marty McFly colorway, which will be slightly different than this.
So now you need to buy the other one?
He's like, yeah.
Did you have to ask that question?
So we'll have 25 available of the 50 at DCon of version 2. But you're looking at version 1.
Okay.
That's the problem. The people that bought version 1 are just going to buy version 2.
No.
And you're going to be
Some don't.
That'll be just
Selling
fine
things is
then.
never a problem.
He's speaking for himself is what it means. So it's really cool, but I'm a little confused. It's not meant to be taken out, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
it
looks
is.
like it's-
All of,
Oh, okay.
all of Topps Toys stuff
All
pops
right.
out. You take
That's
it
why
out
it
of
has
bag.
like the magnetic
There's
arms,
magnets
because
on
otherwise
that,
it would be confusing. All right.
All right, so Jeremias
cool in person.
Janicow from Argentina, also known as Cosmo Toys, did a follow-up to his Black Ops series.
I like these.
He
It's
did
really neat.
2 editions of 10, 2 colorways for New York, and this is his 3rd colorway for DCon. Those are $55.
Are these the same where each one is different?
Slightly, they're all slightly different. And
in
then,
terms of the way they're painted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then this one is called
cool.
Igor, which is following on his kind of Soviet era. This has got sticky tape on it.
Okay.
A lot of his work, the robot that he did for the robot show, all have this kind of Soviet era kind of style to them. And I don't know, this has magnetic arms and the
This
bubble.
is the stuff he does that I really, really
Yeah,
like. Are
it's
these
really kind of next level
throwback
stuff.
kind of Soviet
And
toys?
it's $65, edition of 20.
Nice.
How much was this one?
Which one?
This guy?
55? Oh, you weren't on the last show. He did 2 editions of the same thing with, I mean, his paint jobs were kind of like out of control.
Yeah, this one's rad.
I don't know if I should really care, but is it based? I mean, is he using something as the base for these, or is it like custom sculpted? Do we know?
That is a base of. There are pieces of a
Trooper?
trooper in there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, so our buddy Kelsius
the
Collins
body.
from Oklahoma is, I think, one of the first artists we ever dealt with that kind of had that outsider art style, and he's the one I think who kind of sucked me into that world before I started dealing with Mark Todd and stuff like that. And so this one is called March of the Wooden Empire. It's a hand-painted and carded scale wood doll. It's actually a wooden clothespin.
The coin is the
Oh,
topper
yeah.
there.
The card itself is a lino cut, and I actually brought
Wow.
the lino cut. It's,
Oh, cool.
if you can see it, it's a piece of linoleum that he's hand sculpted, and then he puts the ink on, and every card is pulled
That's
up
really
like that.
cool.
Bring you that so you could see. But I don't know. I just thought that was kind of ingenious to
it's neat.
use the clothespin. And so he's I forgot. He's an art teacher in Oklahoma. I think he just went back to art school to get his master's, and I believe this is part of his.
Maybe they should be mounted on the card back.
But he painted on the back of them
Who
too.
cares?
Is
So you view it like that.
Is Janky having a stroke?
Yep.
Hey,
There we go. Got it. Won the game.
you need to smile, put your hands in the air, say a complete sentence.
Can't do it. I couldn't do those things on a non-stroke. I did a lino cut when I was a kid and like took off the entire tip of my finger with the little cut.
Nice.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And addition of 25, these are $45.
Well, for $45, that's good.
Look, if you're looking for affordable art,
Yeah.
I say it all the time. What we're selling in the real world is expensive, but for what it is and how it's all handmade, I always think
Totally.
it's a deal.
Pretty affordable.
All right, so Legion Toys. This falls in the spectrum of something he created in his own galaxy. It's called Saboteur Eris.
How do we get the pile over here?
There's bits and pieces of other stuff in there,
Definitely.
but definitely like the look and feel of this. Edition of 15, $55. Legion Toys is also from Argentina, and was the guy who did the little reptilian figure last time for New York.
Okay.
And this one is called Star Quest.
Buckle in.
By Broke One or Broke Toys or Brody or
It's kind of
Brandon
particular.
Krebs, whatever your name is, we still love you. So what I really like about this, Star Quest, I believe was a rip-off Star Wars Warren publication in the 70s. The same people who did Famous Monsters, and so he kind of took that, but it's hard to see. I don't know what he did. He printed on, what did he print on?
I don't know. It sort of looks like in lenticular, but it's not.
It's just the way it's the register is off.
It's like
gives it that
see-through.
feel.
Hold it up to the light, and it's a clear figure, and it's just really hard to get a good photo of. Like, you have to come to the booth and look at it because
Yeah.
it just
Doesn't want to be photographed.
it's a clear photo and a clear see-through card.
Pretty neat.
Edition of 15, $45. All right, moving on. This one's called Great Scott, You're a Werewolf by Geezer Periodicals. So we showed a photo of this one on the last episode. And, you know, if you're an artist and you're making this stuff, you are having to do a lot more than just your art. You have to source materials. You have to get stuff printed. You have to work, if you're not sculpting yourself, work with a sculptor and painting and casting. There's all these different hats that you have to wear in order to get stuff done. So unfortunately, he didn't make it in time for New York. He did make it in time for DCon.
Nice.
So he was having trouble printing his card back, and
Don't we all?
ran into a jam.
Been
And
there.
so he decided he was just going to hand draw and hand paint
Each card
Nice.
back?
each card back
That's cool.
for the same price of $65.
Wow.
Excellent.
And
Found another one Ben's got to buy.
Each variation.
and he also
Each
he also
variation.
put in his own little custom comic.
Oh wow.
And oh shit, it's magnetic articulated.
Look at that card back when the figure's not on it. Look, it looks so good.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's the Action Comics
Yeah.
Superman holding the.
that.
Are they all the same or
Yeah,
similar?
They're all similar, yeah. They'll have some slight variation.
Yeah.
But. So, boys and girls, next time you have trouble with the printer,
Just try it yourself.
just draw 20 of them yourself.
Nothing says increasing the hours and hours it takes to make bootleg toys.
Wow.
Like drawing the card back.
So at San Diego, we had Blob of the Blob by Brendan Monroe. We had an orange one.
Oh, these are cool.
And so now we have purple.
I think I would just surrender.
He sculpted the peas, hand painted them, signed a numbered edition of 50. 100
Did
bones.
you sell out of those?
Out of the 50, I think we had like 12 left.
Ooh.
Did well.
Okay.
50 is a lot, but when kind of we're involved in the production of something and there's the cost of sculpting, 50 is kind of our number, or else the sculpting makes, it'd be a $150 figure if there was 25 of them,
Mob of the Blob.
which would probably sell, but
Dig
I'd
it.
rather it be less and get to more people. I don't know.
It's like the Grimace. Which makes me really love it.
We're not going to tell Brendan that you said that.
Maybe. I think the grimace is rad. I don't know.
So we shoot this episode sometimes like a full month before the actual show, and all of these guys, I mean, essentially have to have their figure done. I mean, at least their sculpt and their cast and one painted ready to go a month before the show, which is hard to do. It's even harder for the guys that are overseas. So if you're Bomber Matt Toys in Colombia, we have a photo that Victoria is cutting in right now.
Huh.
And this is the True Cult Trooper by Bomber Matt, edition of 20, $45.
I don't know why I'm giving it to you.
And it's a
Cool art.
I think
Yeah,
it's
the art's cool.
a death metal version of a Hoth Stormtrooper, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
the helmet is, yeah. Something
Yeah.
he changed the body around, it looks like, but
So another artist from Argentina, because the
What is
Argentinian resin scene is exploding. And I'm truly sad that this one is still in the mail and is not here to show you, because
It's crazy.
you're looking at it now, but it's kind of insane. It's an edition of
Yeah.
25. Getting that thing for $65 is insane.
Spawn Vader alien.
It will have a blister and be glued to the card, but
actually looks like Luke's face, too.
What?
Insane.
the sculpt is insane.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
paint,
yeah.
The paint
Yeah.
job is insane, and I'm sad that you guys can't see it right now. But come to DCon and look at it. It'll be amazing.
We will see it in person.
All right, so we're almost done. So last year, Lazarus Toys, who made all of the prints, and something's happening to Ben. Do we need to call someone? Lazarus Toys, who made all the David Bowie and Prince figures. He just showed up at the show with a bunch of hand-painted panels.
All right.
And I kept putting them out. Said, how much are these? $100. And then I just put one out, and then it would sell. And then he'd bring me another one, and then it would sell. And he was trying to think of something to do. So he took a few leftover casts, made some hand-painted panels. He's going to have 6 of them that are
Wow.
Prince or David Bowie themed. They're $100. Get them while you can. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Almost last. Yes. Last thing here. Have to move some big AT-AT legs first. So last year we did an art show, a little mini art show with Derek Loglog, DLL Customs. Ben, help! So this one is called One Fell Swoop, edition of 3 hand-cast resin sculptures. We're going to have about 4 or 5 different sculpts from him.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff's
It's so good.
And this one, I know I said only one psychedelic tribute per show, but
Oh.
I made an exception for
When
this
do we
one.
get the psychedelic tribute year? When everyone does
Oh,
the
no.
psychedelic tribute.
Oh, jeez.
Wasn't that in 2014?
This one's called Psychedelic 2166.
That's good.
It's 12 inches tall. But you were cutting in a photo.
Let me
of
see
it.
one of those little girls before you pass it on.
It's a 1 of 1. It's resin. $600.
Wow.
Comes with the 3 pieces on the side. I don't know. Look at that.
He just his approach to resin as a sculptor as opposed to as like a toy maker.
It's kind of
is-
insane.
Yeah.
And
I
he,
like that he's doing his own things.
and
'cause,
he
I mean,
pulls
started off
this-
doing customs.
he pulls this out of one mold.
Really?
No,
Getting that clean.
Jeez.
is this glued here? Let's
That
see.
I
thin
don't
piece.
know.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Maybe this top piece is glued, but this is all one piece.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm such a big fan. I love this piece though.
So come by, see. We're gonna have a bunch of pieces from him. I think that's edition
It's
of
a really
3.
cool,
This
like,
edition of 1.
way
How
that
much
he, like-
is this one?
I'm sorry. Come on. $100.
$100.
Just the way he gets all the colors.
Yeah, I was
in.
about to say,
It's
how
just
is that done?
crazy,
I
like-
believe he has to spray the inside of the mold.
Okay.
Is that right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think to get that
Maybe.
kind of.
It's pretty neat.
It's like
Good.
it's like dripped in colors, like swirled in, like
But then to
He
get
masters
this,
his timing too with when it's setting. He may
Yeah,
be able to do
like-
some of that. There's a couple techniques.
these are
he can
trade
use.
secrets we shall not be revealing on the show today.
ask him. Go find him some one of these shows, and
Hey Derek, tell
Why
me
don't we
how you
have
do
him on
everything.
Toy Geeks?
there you go.
So is he using
Anyway,
paint on top
follow
of
us
it or
on
what?
Instagram. We're
Usually
at
that's all
DKE
resin.
Toys. Come by the show. If you can't make the show, email
love it
us,
when people look at pieces and know exactly who the
dketoys@gmail.com.
artist is.
If you see something
not
you
like
want, we do a lot of sales direct to, to
good.
people who can't make it to the show. We have wait lists. You name it. You need something, just get in touch. We're easy to get a hold of. dketoys@gmail.com. Well, thank you guys. This was an
Thank you. Thanks for
onslaught.
bringing
This
it up.
is
How many figures is this? Did we just talk about?
I think
A
we
lot.
have 33 items this year.
Every year you say I'm bringing less to DCon, and every year
No,
the stack.
DCon last year was double the year before.
Wow.
And what's happening to me at DCon is, look, San Diego, we have a 10 by 10 booth. It is the most expensive. I have to be super careful. I can't really take chances or I might just really get hosed. DCon, I have double the space. It's local. My cost is way down. Someone presents me with something that is very experimental. It's like, yeah, let's do that at DCon. Not only that, the crowd at DCon wants experimental.
Yeah.
I feel like I made a misstep at San Diego doing like the Brendan Monroe blob and the Barminsky cardboard and stuff like that. Like that would have flown better at DCon, premiering it there.
Yeah.
Because that's where that crowd is for the
Even the Monroe,
The
really?
art, the
Right.
real art.
Right.
yeah. And so
Well, you definitely see that in the lineup that's coming this year. Is you've got pieces that are way more experimental, pieces that aren't just mashup of two things.
and that's why I saved like the Clayton piece for this show, because the people walking around the show know who the Clayton brothers are and they're going to look at this. You know, they know.
And those people aren't at San Diego anymore?
No, I'm trying more. The people at San Diego, I'm having to explain like who this artist is, and you know, it's like if they don't get like the pop culture reference or the.
What's your favorite?
I keep going back to this piece. It's just so
I mean-
fun. I mean, but that's what's so great is you get something like this that's a total, totally unique, and then you still have a piece like that, which is
Well, that's the name.
it
of
all fits together so well in this weird.
It only fits together
mixtapey
in
way.
that the medium is action figure.
Right.
But really, what I'm looking for is diversity, right? Because if you collect something, you walk up to the table. It's not all gonna, have something for the Simpsons person, something for the horror person, something on the fine art spectrum, something that's a cheap mashup. There's a level of diversity I'm looking for, to have a nice balance. Like I didn't show up to New York. All of my Simpsons projects fell through. I had nothing Simpsons. I had people walking up to the booth. What do you have Simpsons? What do you have Simpsons? It's like, I'm sitting there with my hand, like, sorry. I mean, I sold all my back stock. Everything is Simpsons that I brought, I sold, which was great. But it would be nice if.
He's giving a new meaning to decon.
What?
He's got his D in his con.
Sometimes Ben, he doesn't. Never mind. Anyway, sometimes like, what did I say to Ben today? I was describing someone who wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire, and it was like the first time he ever heard that, and he was like, so, what it means if you're left there, never mind. We'll explain to this.
There goes
Let's
the
wrap
family
that up off camera, shall we?
gone. Completely gone, obliterated.
Well, this was amazing. Again, the booth number is somewhere around here, or just look it up on the map.
2922.
Go to DesignerCon.com, look it up on the map.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
And then,
Yeah, this is a really good
A
showing.
lot of variety.
Yeah.
and then also I want to tell all you people who are not, maybe you're not sure if you want to go to DCon. It seems like blah blah blah. You have all
You
these
should come.
excuses. DCon is so big, and the show is 2.5 days. It'll take you 2 days to walk the show and see everything. It's my favorite show of the year. I spend more money at the show than any other show. San Diego, I came home with like less than a box like this full of stuff, and most of the stuff I could have got online. Everyone at DCon is pulling out all the stops to bring their best work. It's the most exciting show for me. It's really affordable to get in. You can go to Disneyland next door. Make a
Star Wars
vacation
land.
of it.
Chances are, if you got this far in the show, you
Yeah.
probably care
DCon
about
is.
DCon, and you're probably
Yeah.
already going. Because I don't think anyone's randomly watching a 50-minute episode.
It's so worth it. I mean, the
I
problem.
am on it, and
Maybe
I did
they
wear a
just
collared
skipped-
shirt, so they might
They
just be.
skipped right to the end.
I mean,
Scrubbed right to the
look,
end.
the problem with going to San Diego is you can't get a hotel. You can't for going to Anaheim. Stay at the Hilton.
I said this last
the
time,
official
but
convention hotel.
I'll reiterate it again. I got into doing this because of DCon. Like, I was
right.
interested in toys, and I went, and I was surrounded by it, and then I decided to start trying
How
it.
long ago was that?
And it's not just, it was 2014, I think, was the year, and a bunch
he
of
said
us came
he
out
was.
of it.
He said he was on the stage at the Sucklord
Yeah.
show. He
I
was the one
holding
like
the
Jack-
basketball hoop at one
Really?
point. Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys. Thanks Toy Geeks for supporting this community and letting us come on here a couple times a year and show off everything. I know each one of these artists is so stoked to have their stuff here on the show. and it's really like a highlight of why they even want to participate in this kind of
A
stuff.
lot of great stuff.
Yeah, this is a really strong showing.
Very cool.
Cool
Even if
guys.
I hate it, don't feel bad. I hate it.
You can tell it's killing him.
I'm here to balance
That's a lot of
George.
great stuff. I don't like I don't want to shit on anyone's dreams. This is
Wait,
like-
what?
We all realize how much work goes into these. So even if we don't
Yeah.
like the piece, that doesn't mean we don't respect the work that was done or the artist that did the work. Because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, George might not respect.
Hey, you put words in his mouth.
I think I'm
God,
right.
he's right. He's right.
George has his own issues. We don't hold that against him.
I mean, I don't make things people buy, so it's fine.
George has looked at some of my work and gone, and then he bought paint chips from me. So
I did,
it's
yeah,
so
I did.
you know, you never know what's gonna
Still
gonna
got it.
land there.
Still got it. That's awesome.
Paint chips are brilliant.
All right, wrap it up.
All right.
That's it. How do we end this? Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, all those things.
See you at DesignerCon.
Yeah.
George came in second.
Smash that like button or whatever the kids say. Notes in the doobly-doo or whatever kids say.
What's your favorite? Tell me in the comments below.
This
Is
was
that? Oh, that was, yeah.
Ah, there you go. That was easy.
Don't need to comment
All right.
now.
See you next week.
Bye.
See ya.